Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face of Milani and I'm going to be sharing with you all of my favorite products from the brand that I think are personally the best. Milani is one of my absolute favorite brands. We got setting sprays, we got eyeshadow palettes to review, we got glosses, we got lips, we got baked products, we got bronzers, blushes, highlights. I have it all. What I'm gonna do rather than just talk about each product and show you the product is I'm gonna show you start to finish how the products work on the skin and how they look on my face. So let's get right into it. All right, so we're gonna start off with the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. This is really, really good. I like it because I have a lot of like freckles and dark spots, a lot of sun damage, little hyperpigmentation, melasma, just from like pregnancy, hormones, that kind of thing. And this stuff is really good at providing like that blurring effect almost. I wouldn't say it's like super full coverage. Like it's definitely not as full coverage as the Estee Lauder Double Wear, Maximum Cover, like anything like that. It's definitely not that full coverage, but it works really, really nice to just blur and kind of conceal and just kind of get your skin to like a very even tone. And in the summer, I'm a warm beige. This is maybe a little yellow. I don't know if you can tell on camera for me, but we'll make it work. It goes on like very creamy and moisturizing, and it's very easy to blend into the skin. And I wouldn't say that you could like continue to keep building it. I mean, maybe you could. I've never had the greatest luck as far as like focusing on covering some trouble areas. I would definitely say it is more of a medium coverage. And it does tend to oxidize a little bit, so you might want to go with like a shade lighter. That's the one thing. If you're trying to buy it online, it can definitely be tricky trying to find the right shade match, but there are tons of shades. You will find something, and I really like that like on the Ulta website, they have a shade finder so you can put like whether you're light, medium, dark, or whatever, and then like the tone of your skin. So warm, cool, neutral, and it'll give you like a couple shades to choose from to narrow it down. So I find that that is super, super helpful. I love when brands have that option. So the foundation is very light on the skin. It doesn't feel cakey. It's super lightweight. It's long wearing and it's water resistant. I don't know that if you jumped in the pool or the ocean that it wouldn't move anywhere. I honestly haven't tried. Maybe I should go down like my water slide or something head first and give it a shot. So I've heard great things about the concealer that goes with this. I think it's the Conceal and Perfect Concealer. I have not tried it, so I can't speak to that, but I have heard really good things. So I'm just gonna be using a different concealer and we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I used this concealer under my eyes and then just a little Shape Tape to cover up any dark patches. So moving on. What are you? I told you if you're gonna sit and watch me, you can't make me laugh. Oh my goodness. So the funny thing about the camera is that it siphons 50% of your energy. So when you're speaking to it, it's like you could watch someone and think, wow, they're really boring, but really they're not. It's the camera that sucks it. Like it sucks it, all that energy right from your soul, kind of like your kids, right? You siphon all my energy. That's why I have no energy. All right, moving on. Milani does baked products like no one else. Their baked bronzers are so good. My two favorites are in the shade Glow, which is like a deeper shade that I prefer more for summer, and it has a lot of like marbling in it. It's really pretty. I wouldn't say it's like shimmery, but I do prefer it for the summer because it does make your skin look very like sun-kissed.
I use that.
You use this? Okay. And then the shade Dolce, which is more of like my shade that I use all year round. Very, very pretty, like just a very nice shade to kind of warm up your skin. So I am gonna show you both today. So I'm gonna go in first with the shade Dolce. I'm gonna use it more as like a contour just to start. Like look at how pretty that is. It's just so natural. I just love it. And what I love about this shade is that it works all year round for me. So now I'm just gonna go in with a touch of the shade Glow, just to give myself a little bit of glow, you know, that little sunburn look. Stop. It's just really pretty. So I really like them both. I think they're both great shades. I believe they have like 3 or 4 shades that you can check out if this doesn't work for your skin tone. So their baked blushes are amazing. My 2 favorite shades are, of course, Luminoso. I think that this is one of the older versions. I think this is like 2 years old, but you know how long it takes to get through a blush. And it is just the most stunning, peachy pink shade. Such a pretty shade. I love it for all year round, and I think it's flattering on all skin tones. My next favorite, because I'm more into like a deeper blush. I like that sunburnt look, especially in the summer. And I finally found what I believe to be a dupe for my Becca Songbird blush that I love so much, but it is pricey. And this is the shade Rose Diora. It is so, so pretty. It gives you like that burnt sunburn. I went to the beach and got burnt look without actually getting burnt. So I'm gonna use that today. And it does have a little bit of shimmer, but I wouldn't say it's like a shimmery blush, if that makes sense. So it is so pretty, and you can just use both of these blushes and you don't even have to worry about like a highlight. Look at how pretty that is. So it is a really nice option since Becca is going out of business or whatever's going on. Just check out the Milani baked blushes because they're so good. So Milani makes a baked highlight, and this is in the shade Champagne Dioro. This, I think, is a dupe for the Becca Champagne Pop, which is exciting because we're not going to be able to get Champagne Pop anymore. I would say that like when you touch it, it is very different. Like Champagne Pop has like that velvety, luxurious feel, but when you touch these baked highlights, I guess it kind of has like a silky feel. It's just, it's hard to explain, but you would think that like a baked highlight wouldn't come through on the skin and you know, it would look like chalky or powdery. That's not the case here at all. So we're gonna put that on so I can show you how it looks. Like it is intense. Just kind of warm it up with my finger here. So pretty, such a perfect option. Like I don't think there's any surprise that they named it, you know, like champagne with the champagne in there. I think that that's exactly what they were doing. They were trying to grab that market. And we'll put a little bit here, why not? Fluff that lip up a little bit. So they also make the strobe light highlights, I think they're called. I prefer the shade Afterglow. It has more of like a pinky shade to it. I love it for the winter. It's so pretty. For some reason, those are a little hard to find, like if you were to go into Target or CVS or Walgreens, or at least that's the case where I live. You can get them, but I feel like you're having to order it. So, but you can find these right in the store. I love Harmon's. If you have a Harmon's by you, I love going there and getting like all of my personal care stuff because you can use the Bed Bath & Beyond coupons and you save so much money. I was just there the other day and I got like $65 worth of stuff, and after it was all said and done with coupons, it cost me $42. So if you have a Harmon's, definitely worth checking it out. I think that some Bed Bath & Beyonds used to have like an aisle where it was like all makeup and personal care, but I don't know if that's still the case or not, but maybe by you that's the case, but where I am, they don't have that anymore. So we're gonna do eyes next, and then we're gonna move on to lips. I'm gonna show you like 2 different lip combinations that I love. So I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talking about their eyeshadow products, or maybe it's just like the YouTubers that I watch, but their Gilded palettes, they're really good. Like I was pleasantly surprised when I first got this one. This is the Gilded Nude palette. I think sometimes they come with like a more like a nude color. For some reason mine has the purple. I don't know if it's because it's older or because it's newer, but the shades are so pretty. Like if you're into like purpley shades and gold and rose tones, I think that you will really like it, and you can get it for like $14.99. It is an excellent dupe for the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, right? Like the colors are so similar. I will say that the Gilded Nude definitely has a lot less fallout than the Anastasia palette has. So I think that we're gonna play with like some of these warm tones here. That's what I've really been liking from this palette. And they have like, I don't know, maybe like five other color stories in the Gilded palettes, but it's weird because you can only find like 3 of them at stores. I feel like Target has a good option. So first I dipped into the shade right here. It's called Add to Cart. And I'm just gonna focus that in the crease area. The colors blend really well and it's a really nice color payoff in my opinion. Like that looks pretty, I think, just on its own, but I am gonna go in with this fire shade right here called Keep Scrolling. And I'm gonna put that on the lid and kind of blend it up into the crease area a little bit. And it definitely works way better if you use your finger. I'm gonna add the shade Hit Snooze on my lower lash line. You know what I really like about this palette is how small and like compact it is. You can travel with it perfectly. Like the pan sizes aren't huge and you get a ton of different colors. I wish that more brands would make palettes like smaller like this. I'm kind of over the huge palettes. It's just not like easy to store or anything like that. That's just my opinion though. I'm gonna put this pretty shade Detox on my inner corner. And I'm gonna pop the shade Weekender under my brow bone just to blend everything together. Speaking of brows, I don't think I've tried any of Milani brow products, or if I have, I didn't like them enough to keep retrying. But if you have a good brow recommendation from Milani, leave it down below. I'm just gonna fill in a couple of areas here with my CoverGirl. Same thing with mascara. I haven't found like a standout mascara product. Not that I don't think they have good mascaras, I just maybe haven't tried the right one, so leave it down below. I'm just gonna pop on some mascara and then we'll move on to lips. So I just used the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara. Really like that mascara. So for lips, there are so many good lip products from Milani. So I want to show you exactly how I use all of them for like different things. I have Invisalign now. I don't have it in right now because I find that I cannot talk and film with it in. It just like gets in the way. So I just pop it out when I'm gonna film. Anyway, I have a couple really good lip combos that are Invisalign friendly that don't get all over it, and the key is lip liner. But first, I'm gonna show you one of my newer favorites that is perfect if you are not like a fan of lipsticks or like anything that feels permanent or drying on your lip. This is like a really nice, luxurious lip balm. It's infused with oils and the pigment is great. Super moisturizing. So this is in the shade Lingerie. There are 2 shades that I love. And there's some really bright and bold and fun shades too, but it's like not super pigmented that it's like, wow, it's just enough. Like look at how pretty this is. The smell is like that Skittly Starburst, but it's not super overpowering. Like I don't think it would bother you unless you're really sensitive, but it just feels like a luxurious lip balm. It's so moisturizing and comfortable on the lips, and the color does last like a good amount of time. The only thing that would make this better is if it had some SPF in it. Like that would be amazing. All right, I'm gonna take this one off and show you a couple other of my favorite lip products and combos. So I would say my favorite like true lipstick from them is the one in the shade Nude Creme. It is so pretty, like just a very natural pinky nude shade. It goes on very like satiny, silky, again, super moisturizing. I do like to use it with a lip liner, but you don't have to. Where's my lip liner? And if you've been here a while, you know that my favorite lip liner from them is the Milani. This is the Easy Liner Retractable Pencil in the shade Most Natural. It goes on so nice. It's like a very natural brown shade. I just wish, like I've said a million times, that they made more of this pencil because it is so creamy and so easy to work with. It just glides on perfect. And I love to just wear this, align my lips in their entirety, and just use a little bit of gloss when I have my Invisalign in, and it doesn't transfer like onto my Invisalign, which is awesome. That's my #1 tip for like lip products with Invisalign, is use a lip liner and then pop on a little gloss if you want something like a little bit more sheen, and it won't transfer onto your lip tray and like stain it and be annoying. So I like to give my lips a little bit of definition prior to using the lipstick, so my lip line isn't lost and there's like a definite barrier. See, I love this lip liner just by itself. It is such a pretty color. So I'm gonna pop that nude creme on top of it so you can see how it glides on. It's so smooth. And the scent is very pleasant. Just makes your lips look so good. It fills in those lines, it makes everything look very smooth. It is like buttery soft. I feel like this line of lipsticks reminds me of like some of the Maybelline ones. And I love the packaging, how like they do the pink and then the little pop of color at the bottom. I think that is so pretty. So I will just wear it like this, or sometimes if I want to put a little gloss on, I'll use the Milani. This is the Keep It Full. I really like this shade in Sparkling Pink. They also have like a gold kind of shade. They kind of remind me of like the Becca glosses that have like the iridescent flecks in them. And they also kind of remind me of the Maybelline lifter glosses. They do have, it's like a plumping, so it's like that tingling to it, but it's not like a crazy tingling at all. So it's not as tingling as, for example, like the Buxom full-on plumping glosses or anything like that, but it is a good option at a drugstore price for a nice gloss. And I was surprised, like if you're looking at the tube, you wouldn't think that it had like any pigment to it, and then you take it out and it has like a really nice big doe foot, very similar to the Maybelline lifter gloss in my opinion. I do like the lifter glosses a little bit better, but I think that these Milani glosses are super pretty. So sometimes I like to just dab it on if I want more of like a glossy look. It just gives it like a little something extra, or I like to just use the gloss over the lip liner, especially with my Invisalign, so that it doesn't get like all nasty. If you put lipstick on and then you put the Invisalign on, it's gonna get everywhere. So just use the lip liner, it's just easier. And I always take like the little doe foot and I wipe off any color that got on it, so that when you dip it back into the tube, you're not like changing the color of the gloss. That's just like a little tip. I don't know if anyone else does that, but that's what I like to do. So some of my absolute favorites now are their setting sprays. Such a good, affordable, I think the best affordable drugstore setting sprays are the Milani Make It Last, and I just prefer the regular Make It Last. I tried the dewy, it made me look like an oil slick. I have not tried the matte, but a new favorite of mine for the summer is the Make It Last sunscreen. It is perfect to add just a little bit of SPF to your look, especially if you're gonna be outside. Sometimes I like to mix them together, like do a couple spritzes of each. The smell on the regular Make It Last is so nice, and they do have this in the jumbo now. So like the original, this is 2 fluid ounces. Now they make it in an even bigger size that I know you can get at Target. I'm just gonna use the original today. Really nice option if you want something affordable and you don't want to pay, you know, a ton of money for the all-nighter, or even a good option for like the MAC Prep and Prime if you're using it to kind of make your makeup not look as powdery and just diffuse together, or if you prefer to use it to get your pigments to pop a lot, like on your powder products, like for shadows. Really good for that too. So that's everything. Comment down below, let me know which Milani products you think that I need to try. Let me know what you think of this look. And if you haven't subscribed and you like my content, I do like beauty, organization, cleaning, lifestyle, all different kinds of things. I was thinking about splitting my channel up into like 2, but that's just honestly too much work. So if you're into that kind of thing, please subscribe, and then I'll keep making videos. Leave me any recommendations down below. You guys voted for this over the lash routine update, but I'll probably do that like in my next couple of videos. So if you did vote for that, I will make that video because I have a lot of good new mascaras and things that I've been trying and really liking for my lashes. So I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye.